What's up, you guys? It's Stevie back at it again with another video, and today we're gonna be talking about more shit that I did in elementary school because I have more stuff. So we're gonna just get on into that. So at the elementary school that I went to, we had ISS, like in-school suspension. I had never gotten in trouble, like, obviously y'all saw my first story about stuff that I've done in elementary school. I never got caught for that. I had never actually gotten in trouble for stuff. And I started hanging out with the wrong crowd in elementary school, and there was this girl that got on my nerves. She still gets on my nerves. I do not like this bitch at all. If you're watching this video, you might remember this, so I'm sorry. We don't get along, okay? So she was dating this guy, and this guy was talking shit about her, okay? And I'm not I wasn't the confronting type. So in my mind, I was just gonna write down what he said in her journal just so that she knew. Because, I mean, she shouldn't be dating some guy that's talking shit about her, you know? Like, he called her a bitch, and that's what I wrote in her journal. I was like, I'm gonna call the guy Justin, and I'm gonna call this girl Kara. So Justin called Kara a bitch, and I wrote, Justin called you a bitch in her journal, okay? And then the next day I come to school, my teacher pulls me out of the classroom and she's like, do you have anything to say to me? And I was like, what do you mean? And then I was like, I didn't do anything. And then she was like, I have pictures of what you did. And I was like, fuck, this is the bathroom thing. I'm like, this is gonna be really fucking bad. But then she shows me the picture, and it's a picture of the journal. This bitch erased the part where I said Justin called you a bitch, and then she turned the you into your and said that I wrote in her journal, you're a bitch. No, I didn't. I was trying to look out for you, you little fucking cunt wagon. I don't know. Like, that's some fucked up shit to do. I didn't do that. I was literally letting her know that her boyfriend was talking shit, okay? Like, why is that wrong for me to do? Anyways, I got sent to the office, and they were like, so why did you write it? And I was like, that's not what I wrote. And they were like, it's in your handwriting, like, we have it on camera, you writing in her journal. And I was like, this looks so bad, and I didn't do it. And anyways, obviously they weren't gonna believe me. They had me on camera writing in her journal. It was not my journal, and they have what's written on the page. That's all that they've got. Obviously it looks like it's my fault, like I called this little girl bitch. But they sent me to ISS, in school suspension, for 3 weeks. I could not sit with my friends at lunch. I could not go to my regular classes. I could not go to recess. I had to sit in a blank room all day, every school day, for 3 weeks, just doing some bullshit. Like, work that wasn't even a part of my class. Like, they just piled on extra work for me to do. So, yeah, I still don't like that bitch. The second thing is, after all of that happened, me and my friend, who is a part of the wrong crowd, we, like, had these little journals, and we were just, like, fucking around, writing in our journals, not doing what we were supposed to do, you know, and the teacher noticed, and she was like, give me the journals, like, give them to me, which, like, it's not a big deal, like, we weren't doing what we were supposed to do, but what was written in my journal was, this son of a bitch teacher, because she got my friend in trouble. And whenever she took them, I tried to fold the paper and, like, rip it out. So obviously she saw that I was trying to remove whatever was written in this journal, and we had previously already had issues with me writing in journals, so she's gonna check that shit out. I'm sitting at my desk, and she has the journal, I kind of like glance over at her desk and she's like opening it and I'm like, fuck. And then like 3 seconds later, she pushes her chair out from under her desk and grabs me by the wrist, which, assault. And she drags me all the way down the hallway to the office while she's saying, I've never been this disrespected in my life. I'm like sitting in the chair waiting to talk to the principal, right? And she walks by with this other teacher, like obviously talking shit about me. Like she literally says, if you're gonna do it, at least spell it right. Which I did. I put S-O-N instead of S-U-N. I remember thinking about it for a second because I was like, wait, that's the wrong son, you know? And so I went to BES again for another 2 weeks. And also, my mom beat the shit out of me with a wooden spoon whenever I got home. So that was a bunch of fun. And I actually have a third story involving, like, all of this is the same teacher, same class, same year. Like, all of this shit happened at once. She had, like, a little reading corner, like a reading nook. I don't know. And it had like a bunch of pillows. It was really comfy, beanbags, stuffed animals, you know, the whole shebang. It was a comfy, cozy reading area. And I was sitting there and I was just fucking bored. I had a pair of scissors. I cut a hole in one of the things. And like whenever I say a hole, I don't mean like I cut the whole thing off. I literally like took it like this and then snipped it and let it go. Like that's all that I did. And she found out, watched the cameras back, found out that it was me, made an announcement to the entire class. Since Haley can't respect the reading area, none of us get to enjoy it. And then whenever I got to the office, she was like bitching at me about how expensive the fabric is to wrap all of her pillows in. The fabric is like $5 a foot. These pillows were this big. So I got sent to BES again for that, and I was sent to BES so much as a kid that I'm still friends with the teacher. We're still friends because I was in that bitch so much. But yeah, kind of short and sweet stories. That's all I really got for you today. That's really all of the stuff that I did in elementary school. It was all within that 1 year, and it was my 4th grade year. But for now, your girl is gone.